So I'm going to show you the state of my program, and you can see I changed the background color and the color of the turtles. Uh, and what we have here is a simulation of two blind turtles. And what we want to do is have them keep walking until one of them hits the edge of the screen, which we can kind of think of as the wall, or maybe the edge of a high plateau, right, where maybe they fall off. And yeah, so what we want to think about is what kind of loop do we want to use, a for loop or a while loop. And as we spoke about earlier, the for loop is when you know how many iterations you need it to run. The while loop is when you don't know how many iterations you need it to run. So in this case, we would want to use a while loop. Right? And there's different ways we could set up this while loop. We could say while true, so that this while loop runs forever. Right? And then inside of the body of the while loop, we can have a check, and we could say if turtle hits the wall, then we will break. Right? And break breaks out of the closest loop, which is this one here, and then it will end our program. Okay. But I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it in a way where the Boolean expression here will be false once he hits the wall. So it'll be true when the turtles should be moving, and it will be false when the turtles should not be moving anymore. So how can we do that? Well, if you look through the documents for turtle, you'll notice that there is a turtle.xcore. Okay, and what does this do? It gives you back the x coordinate of the turtle. And like I said, let me go ahead and run this for a second. Give me a second here. If we look at the dimensions of the screen, the center on the x-axis is 0. The left side is negative 300, and the right side is positive 300 on the x-axis. On the y-axis, the up and down, the center of the screen is 0. The top of the screen is 300 pixels, and the bottom of the screen would be negative 300 pixels. So what we want the turtle to do is move on the screen, keep on moving until he leaves this screen. Right? So first let's deal with the x-axis. Now how can we make sure that the turtle is inside of the screen? Well, what we need to do here is have a while loop that has two inequalities. Right? One inequality is going to be setting the lower end, and the other inequality is going to be setting the upper end. So for instance, if I said like age is greater than 2 and age is less than 10, right? Well, what if this is true, then what do we know for sure age is? Well, age is definitely greater than 2, so it must be 3 and up. And age is less than 10, so that means it must be less than 9 or less. Right? So it must be between 3 and 9. If both of those statements are true, it must be between 3 and 9. Right? We could change this to be 12 to 20. And then what do we know about age? Well, we know that they are a teenager. We know their age is between 13 and 19. Okay, so using that same technique of using two Boolean expressions, a less than, a greater than, and a less than, and the AND operator, we can make sure that the turtle is within the screen on each axis. So let's start with the x-axis, and we could say turtle underscore 1 dot xcore is greater than negative 300, and turtle underscore 1 dot xcore is less than positive 300. So if both of these statements are true, then we know that the turtle is within the 300, higher than negative 300 and less than positive 300. We know the turtle is on the screen on the x-axis. So let's go ahead and try that out and see if it actually works. I'm not sure which turtle we're talking about, if it's the white one or the green one. So maybe I can take it. Okay, so it's definitely the green one. So let's keep on coming here. So the white one's kind of off of the screen. Let's wait for that green one. Hopefully the green one stays on the screen before he gets out. Maybe I can make this a little bit easier if I increase the forward. Right? So instead of moving 50, let's move 150. So let's run that. Okay, so I think it's the screen is a little bit higher than 300 because it looks like 300 is right here. Okay. Let me see. Let me change this to 140. Okay, so the green one is turtle 1. Yeah, so the green one went off of the screen, and that's when the turtle stopped moving. Okay, turtle's gone. Oh, turtle's back. Okay, there we go. Now they should stop moving, but we can't really tell because they're both off of the screen now. But anyhow, that's how we're going to do it for turtle 1 on the x-axis. But I also want you to do it for turtle 1 on the y-axis. Okay? And not only that, but I also want it to be for turtle 2 too. So I'm going to leave that as a challenge exercise. Okay, go ahead and add to this Boolean expression so that it stops when the turtle 1, the green turtle, goes off of the top or bottom of the screen. And it stops if turtle 2 goes off the left or right or the top and bottom. Right? So good luck with that.